fidya or ransom, and hadi or sacrifice. If one performing Hajj or Umrah does not perform an obligatory act or commits a prohibited act, it becomes obligatory on him to offer a fidya. So who does not perform an obligatory act of Hajj or Umrah, like the one who does not spend the night at Muzdalifah, or the one who fails to shave his hair, etc., fidya or ransom becomes binding on him, and it is paid by spilling blood. The term blood refers to 1/7 of a badana, that is a camel or she-camel, or 1/7 of a cow, or a thani goat, that is a 1-year-old goat, or a sheep which is older than 6 months, which are slaughtered in the sacred precincts of Mecca and distributed among its poor. If he cannot afford this, he should fast for 10 days, 3 days during Hajj if possible, and 7 when he returns home. Allah says, but whoever cannot afford it should observe Sawm or fast 3 days during the Hajj and 7 days after his return, making 10 days in all. This is for him whose family is not present at Al-Masjid Al-Haram, that is, they are a non-resident of Mecca. And fear Allah much, and know that Allah is severe in punishment. For the one performing Hajj or Umrah who commits a prohibited act, he has to offer a fidya according to the following stipulations. Fidya for putting on a fitted garment, covering the head, using perfume, shaving the head, and clipping the nails. For these he can choose one of the following 3. Fast for 3 days, or feed 6 needy people, giving each of them half a sa' of rice or the like, or slaughter a sheep. As the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said to Ka'b ibn Ujrah when he was in the state of Ihram, do the insects or lice off your head annoy you? He said yes. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, shave your head, then sacrifice a sheep as offering, or fast 3 days, or give 3 sa'as of date to 6 needy people. But whosoever does any of the forbidden deeds forgetfully has not earned any sin. If one has sexual intimacy apart from intercourse, or sexual intercourse during Hajj after the first disengagement or release from the prohibitions of Ihram, he has to offer a fidyatul adha, as mentioned above. But if one who is in a state of Ihram has sexual intercourse during Hajj before the first disengagement or release from the prohibitions of Ihram, he has to slaughter a badana, or a camel. If he cannot afford it, he is to fast 3 days in Hajj and 7 days after returning home. His Hajj is nullified. However, it is still compulsory for him to complete it and also perform another the following year. As for the fidya for sexual intercourse during Umrah, it is a sheep, and his Umrah has then become invalid, and he must perform it again. For killing any game, if there is an animal similar to the game he killed, then he has a choice of slaughtering and giving this animal away, or buying food equal to the value of the animal and then dividing the food into muds, giving each needy person 2 muds, or he can fast 1 day for every 2 muds. For example, if the pilgrim killed an ostrich, he should pay by slaughtering a camel because the 2 animals are similar. Or he estimates the value of the game and buys food for this amount in the form of rice or barley, etc. And the food should be distributed to the needy at the rate of 2 muds per every needy person. The other choice is fast 1 day for every 2 muds he has to give out. If he killed a zebra, he pays a cow, etc. If there is no animal or livestock which is similar to the game, for example a locust or sparrow, then he chooses between buying its value in food to be given to the needy or fasting 1 day for every 2 muds. Those who will evaluate the value of the killed game should be 2 honest experts in that field. Similar to fidya or ransom is al-hadi, the sacrifice, that is, the animals which are driven to the haram at Mecca for sacrifice. It is obligatory for the Hajj who is performing either Hajj Tamattu or Qiran, and it should be a sheep, or 1/7 of a camel, or 1/7 of a cow, which is slaughtered inside the sacred precincts. If he cannot afford it, then he fasts for 10 days, 3 in Hajj and 7 when he returns home. This obligation is in fact for those that are non-residents of Mecca. If he is a resident, then neither a hadi nor fasting is compulsory on him. Allah said, This is for him whose family is not present at the Haram Mosque, that is, a non-resident of Mecca. Al-Hadi could be Hadi Tatawwu, which is a voluntary Hadi. When it is offered by the pilgrim on Hajj Ifrad, which is Hajj alone or Umrah, or what is offered by a pilgrim on Hajj al-Tamattu' and Hajj al-Qiran, in addition to the obligatory one, or that which one who is not performing the pilgrimage sends to Mecca as an offering, to be slaughtered as a means of getting closer to Allah. In this case, it is permissible for the owner of the Hadi to eat from it. In fact, it is recommended to eat of the voluntary Hadi, as this was the practice of the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, as he, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, ordered a piece from every camel which he slaughtered to be cooked, and he drank from its broth. The period for slaughtering this Hadi starts after the Eid prayer and continues until sunset on the last day of Tashriq, that is the 13th day. There is another type of Hadi which is known as Hadi of hindrance. The hindrance being an obstruction or prevention from completing Hajj or Umrah, or both of them when they are performed together. Whosoever assumes Ihram for Hajj or Umrah and was prevented by something from entering the house or the Kaaba, or was afflicted by a condition that made him unable to enter the house, he must slaughter the offering in the place he was hindered, and then become disengaged from his Ihram. The Hadi should be a sheep, or 1/7 of a camel, or 1/7 of a cow. The scholars have allowed the pilgrim, if the Hadi is that of either Tamattu' or Qiran, to delegate someone to slaughter his Hadi on his behalf, provided that such a person is trustworthy. However, the best for a pilgrim is to do this himself in accordance with the practice of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him.